So, guys, the IG model Gena, who is now HIV positive and is an AIDS activist, and social media is telling us about how she caught HIV, and it's not from Nick Cannon or anyone she ever slept with, and she didn't pass it on to any of her exes.
And
I want you guys to watch the
friendly,
video and tell me what you guys think about what
right?
she has
Just
to
friendly.
say.
We followed each other back. It was cool. Anyway, I see him at a club that I went to with one of my friends, and just cool vibes. I see him, and I was like, oh my god, mind you, I'm already kind of drunk, whatever. And I'm like, oh hey, what's up? Like, you follow me? And he's like, oh, I already know. Yeah, I know who you are. I know you. And I'm like, oh shoot. He's like, I'm gonna hit you up as soon as I leave. I'm like, cool. Not thinking nothing of it, Because me, I know him as the dude on Wildin' Out, right? Cool. So he hits me up and he's like, hey, you want to come get a drink at so-and-so, right? And mind you, this spot is in a hotel, guys. It's in a hotel. That's the key point to this, okay? So I go in, and right when you go in there, it's like a bar set up. It's real fancy. And we sit on the side. I order a drink. He doesn't. I don't think he drinks. He told me he didn't drink. I don't know if he drinks now, but he did not drink. So I'm sitting there nervous as hell because I'm like, whoa, this is so random for me. He FaceTimed my mom, said hey to my mom. And I'm thinking maybe he's hitting me up because of something I'm wilding out. I don't know. I got my whole brain open to this whole television situation. And, I'm young. But that was it, guys. That was it. It was cool, chill vibes. I went home. That was that. But before I left, because I forgot this part, but before I left that bar, hotel, whatever, he told me I should leave before him because paparazzi had pulled up. Okay? Because, that was during the time he was having issues with, I guess, Mariah. And I was like, oh, okay. So his bouncer dude went out, got me a taxi. And that's what you see in the video is me walking out. They take pictures of me just in case, I guess. And I get in the car. And I'm over here like, oh, snap. I ain't never had that happen to me before. That was cool. And then he comes out and they attach it and they put it online. Okay? But I posted it because I was like, man, I ain't never been paparazzi before. And that was cool. That was a cool time in my life. That was awesome. Memories, right? But y'all took it out of context. Which is crazy to me. I thought it was funny. With all that being said, I really need y'all to go ahead and cut him out the scenario. Because don't y'all think I'd be pregnant by now? I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna be a rude person. I'm just playing, y'all. But I do want y'all to go ahead and take him out the picture because that's just a whole no. Okay? No. Fast forward, me being in LA, got a new manager. All this stuff goes down. Anyway, I'm working at Buca de Beppo, being a hostess with the mostest at the Grove. And, that's where I'm at in life. So basically just a whole fast forward. One day during this time, I'm starting to have all these extreme bowel issues. I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on with my booty, but I can't poop. When I do try to poop, I'm screaming. I'm thinking, oh man, maybe I got like a hemorrhoid. I'm being real, y'all. I'm being real. I thought I had like some hemorrhoids or something, but I didn't have those. I have nothing like that. It got to the point where I'm like going to doctors. I'm paying out of pocket because I didn't have no insurance in LA. And mind you, I already didn't have that kind of money just to be spending on that stuff. But I really, really needed to figure it out because it was scaring me. I was like, man, do I got like anal cancer or something? Like, what is going on? Like, it was so bad. But in the midst of all this happening, this is something I've never mentioned on anything because it just like came back to me when I was visiting my best friend. She reminded me of something. And she told me about a time where I thought I had an allergic reaction. I had hives all over my face. My whole entire body was covered in hives. I freaked out. I was like, man, I'm itching. I'm so itchy. Like, I was freaking out. I'm like, man, I think I got the wrong makeup. But then I'm like, but this is on my legs. Like, what's going on? I went to the doctor and he told me I was having an allergic reaction. So he gave me a shot in my butt. And I was like, dang, okay. Well, I hope this goes away. And mind you, I was seeing someone at that time. I was seeing someone, and we've been seeing each other. I wasn't bouncing around being frisky with a whole lot of people. I wasn't. I was specifically seeing somebody, and it went away. I brushed it off, and I was like, okay, it was just some allergy. I threw away my makeup and stuff, and I just assumed maybe the allergy affected my face and just decided to go across my body. Probably dumb for me, you know, not the smartest cookie in the box. Okay, but a lot of you said I didn't get tested for 10 years. That I want to address as well. I was getting STD checks. I did not know that when I was getting STD checks, it didn't include the HIV/AIDS test. I thought it was all included, and I honestly think that because I went in and I said, hey, I want an STD check, and I was stern on what I wanted. That's what I wanted. They probably just didn't ask me that because of that. Because I know a lot of you say that in your place it's mandatory that they ask you. Where I went, they didn't, they just knew that that's what I wanted and that's what they gave me. So I brushed this person off, we're still friends. And I ended up, mind you, I was dating someone prior for a long time because I only have long-term relationships. I don't do 1 month, 2 months. I'm not going to call it a relationship if it's not longer than a year. So, yeah. And then I just started, seeing this person. Anyway, I'm brushing them off, we're cool, whatever. So I notice I start having headaches and fevers. I'm getting really nauseous, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to the doctor again, because what the hell. I'm real worried. I have a doctor, he tells me, I had the one telling me I'm fine. I'm good. I go to another one that my friend had introduced me to, and he tells me I have cervical cancer. And I'm freaking out, like, what the hell? Oh my God. Panicking, thinking that's what's going on. And then I go to another doctor for a second opinion, and who said that? You're perfectly fine. Nothing is wrong with you. Like, who told you that? And here I am thinking I'm cool, fine and dandy. So I go home thinking I'm tripping, making myself feel like I'm sick when I'm really not. I go to sleep. I wake up. I'm starting to notice I'm not able to make it to my front door to get my food off the porch. I'm slowly dragging, and I'm like, shoot, maybe I must have drank a lot, because I did end up drinking, I think, the night before, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just hungover. Then that next day, I'm finding myself. It was immediately I'm running headfirst to the bathroom. And I'm like, what the hell? This don't make sense. I can't make it to the toilet. I slide off the toilet, bust my tail, try to climb back on it. Right. And mind you, I'm still hungry. So my friend ends up coming and getting my food from my front door and bringing it in because I had to leave my door unlocked. I'm like, dude, I can't make it. I'm sick. I don't know why I'm sick. It got to the point where my friend was coming over and helping me with things until I felt better, but I was just getting worse. So my friend had went home, and I ended up getting a bucket. I found a bucket that I had. Don't know where the hell I got this bucket, but I had a bucket. And I put it next to my bed, and I was like, okay, I cannot make it to the bathroom. I cannot, this is horrible. I tried to vomit and poop. I would vomit in the bucket, but then when I had to poop, I literally pooped on my floor. I pooped on my floor. Because I could not make it. It was extreme diarrhea. And hence why I'm talking about my tail being major problem here. And I'm just like, man. I found a way to, don't know how, I called an Uber and I ran down my hallway. Of course I ran. Walked into the walls type of deal. Shoot. So I get in my Uber and I'm sitting there and dude's already like, you okay? I'm like, I just need to go to the doctor. I don't want to freak him out because, whole COVID thing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I just need to get there. And he's like, well, I hope you're going to be okay. Being nice. I get in, I'm waiting. I see a doctor, they do some little something. And they tell me, oh, you're fine, and I'm getting the same runaround. And I'm like, this dates just don't seem right. And I'm like, well, I gotta go to the bathroom. While I'm here, I'm gonna wait at the bathroom and try to get in. And as I'm waiting, mind you, I'm still kind of like loopy in my head a little bit, because I'm like, I'm slowly getting delusional. And the doctor comes down and he's like, oh my gosh, thank God you're not gone. He's like, did they figure it out? And I was like, no. And he's like, well, all of these symptoms you're having, something is not adding up. He's like, I'm going to try to get you a room. He's like, I need to get you a bed. We need to run some more tests. He's like, because he's like, something's telling me you need to stay. You need to stay. And I was like, okay, I'm obviously not happy about being in there because it's a freaking hospital. And I know I'm going to be there all night. But I needed it done. So they run some more tests. They're looking at it, asking me stupid questions again at the end of the day. And then they're just like, looking at their board, and they're like, did you know you have AIDS? And I'm just sitting there already in my mind, already just like over the whole day, just kind of like, no. I'm like, I do? I'm just kind of like, huh? Okay? Like what? And I had, I'm like, well, dang. And they prescribed me some pills. They only prescribed it to me for 1 month. Mind you, these pills are like $4,000 a bottle. A month. And I'm supposed to take it for the rest of my life. But they don't tell me that. They tell me it's for 1 month. Mind you, I'm still new to this whole AIDS thing at that point. So I'm not knowing about the whole rest of my life situation. But so that goes down, and it's like, I called my mom. I'm telling her the news. My mom's like, oh my God, are you okay? You know what? Immediately, they're on their way. We're getting in the car. We're driving out there, because my mom doesn't do planes, and I wouldn't be able to get on one anyway because of the fevers I was having and COVID, being so strict with the planes. So my mom literally drove all the way to LA to come get me, and she comes there. I'm just laid up. She said I looked like death, because I have done, it's like my weight was going so rapidly. I had, at this point, I'm experiencing wasting syndrome, meaning no matter what I do, I am not getting this weight. The weight is just falling off. And it got to the point, so she drives me all the way back. Man, I couldn't get in a tub. My tailbone started showing. Like, because we had to stay at some hotels, because driving all the way there and driving all the way back took a couple days. And she tried to keep me at home for a little while, but it just wasn't working. I was screaming and crying all night because my tail wanted to, poo. It wanted to poo, and it was not coming out. So we had ambulances come to the house and try to help me, but I was so delusional and high out of my mind with my brain deteriorating, that I wasn't on anything. I was just slowly losing my mind. And I wouldn't even let them use the little squirter thing they put down there to, make the poo exit. I eventually had to go to the hospital where I had 2 nurses. I didn't have any numbing. I didn't have no type of nothing for the pain. They immediately got off this big pan. He put his gloves on, and he had to enter me and pull everything that was in there out. At this point, my whole entire intestine area, my whole tail stuff was destroyed. So it was just gathering and building, and I had like pounds of poo in there that they had to take out. I'm screaming. I'm begging them to stop. It hurts. I mean, most pain I've ever had in my entire life. And they couldn't stop because they had to get it out, or I just, you can die from that. So eventually it just comes down to the doctors telling my mom, I can't leave. I can't leave, or I will not make it. At this point, I'm down to 60 pounds. 60 pounds. If I were to be a pound less, I probably would have died. I'm not going to lie to you. I was 60 pounds. Mind you, right now, I'm currently 98 pounds. Good old 98. Looking little thickums. Thank the Lord. But at this point, I can't leave the hospital. I have to stay. So they done got me a room, big room. Doctors couldn't even come into my room unless they changed their clothes. And every time they left, they had to change back. Because my immune system was so destroyed that anything, I would get sick with anything. I don't want to go too far into everything I had to go through in these hospitals. It was insane. Like, I was getting blood transfusions. My whole arm was blacked with how many shots I had to get, how many injections, how much blood they had to take. It was a daily thing. Every day at 4 a.m, I had to get blood work done. That'd be like 6 to 8 bottles of blood taken. And then when they'd have to shoot magnesium into my blood, I mean, it burned. It sucked. I was not enjoying it. The pills they ended up giving me, they would end up chopping up and trying to put in pudding, and I would just vomit it all out. I was taking about 16 pills a day. And they were also testing pills on me. Sometimes it didn't work, and I would be like higher than high, but thinking I was going to die, along with the extreme panic attacks and anxiety attacks that I was having. And they would ignore me and leave me in the room sometimes and just let me scream it out. And it was just all bad. Mind you, with all of this, I didn't take a bath for about 6 months, meaning they would come into the room and have to hand wash me every other day or every day. And they would bring in nurses that were training and telling them how to clean me. Mind you, the way I am, I have no shame in my body because so many people have already seen me naked at this point, so it is what it is. I couldn't do it. I couldn't make it to a bathroom. I was still pooping on myself. And that's why I wear briefs, because my bowels are so destroyed. Currently, they're getting so much better that I'm not having to wear my brief as much. I might wear it to sleep sometimes, but I do not have to wear them anymore. And I thank the Lord that I've made it to this point in my life, because, wow. So I am currently going through therapy 3 times a week, and I'm still getting blood work done. I take my medicine every day. And a lot of people recommend don't do your pills, do the natural route, you'll be healed. But believe it or not, the majority of messages I get about people dealing with it, their family members dealing with it, when they do not take their medication, they die. You die. Yes, okay, the natural way, do some natural stuff, but you have to take your medicine or you will die. And I know so many people try to preach, there's a cure. Don't take your medicine. You will still be the same one that will die. So I preach, take your medication. But like I also say, you can get your life back. You can. I will walk again. I will see again. Yes, I started losing my vision weeks within, because I should have mentioned this before, weeks within being in the hospital, I started losing it, and they had to come in and give me injections because I had caught CMV. CMV is a disease that a lot of pregnant women get, and their kids come out deformed or with some kind of disability. But I happened to get that in my eyes. I was prone to it from having AIDS. People who have AIDS are prone to getting this disease. And I got it. So I got it there, and so there's a lot of blood floating around. People ask if glasses will help. No, I have to get the blood out. I might have to wear glasses, but for now, the glasses will not help me because I can see the blood moving around in my vision until we can get it all out. So I am currently 100% blind here with just a little bit of light. So I guess I could say 99% blind. And this one is, working its way. But I just speak healing into it. I have to, because I know I will have my life back. I'm currently undetectable, meaning untransmittable, meaning I cannot transfer this to anyone else. If I am with someone, they are going to know my status. I'm not keeping it from them. I'm a very open person. If they don't already know me already, I'm pretty sure whoever I get with is going to know who I am. And yeah, they'll know. So am I dating? No, not right now. Do I have kids? No, I have a dog. She's deaf. I'm just answering some of the questions you guys asked me real quick. Do I plan on having kids? I don't know. What else? Did I infect anyone? No, I've asked all my partners. So whoever gave this to me or however I got it, because like I told a lot of people, it could have been a dirty tattoo. Mind you, like, what do I have, like 9 tattoos? About 7 of them are free. And I didn't get all of them done in a shop. Why did I do that, you ask? Because tattoos is expensive, and when they free, I'm gonna say, yeah. I mean, hey, broke mindset, I guess. And probably not the smartest mindset. So there's that. Or it could have been, like I said, one of the people who took advantage of me that I do not know by name. Do I know where they are now? No. Which sucks. But the person I was dating, or well, seeing at the time that I had the hives, he says he's clean as well. Meanwhile, he's out living his life and touring and stuff. No, there's that. So, moral of the story, that's basically my story time about how I got AIDS, or how I found out I had AIDS. And if I know, because I don't know. And I can't just come out here and just blame somebody and then God forbid I'm wrong, right? When I also really truly believe it could have been a dirty needle. That's just me. I know a lot of you think that I'm covering up for someone and that I have been paid hush money. I promise you, if I had some hush money, I bet you would be seeing it. You'd be seeing me in some kind of house with marble floors, and you know, I would be rubbing it in people's faces. But I ain't got no hush money. That would actually probably be great. Not the case. I have no filter. I would snitch. I would snitch. I'm a snitch. Because I almost lost my life twice. Twice they told my mom to get ready for me to not make it. Prepare your arrangements for my funeral. But I beat it. I beat it and I fought through it. And here I am today, talking to you. And did I know I'm going to be judged? Yes. I came out about having AIDS because I thought I was going to die. I didn't come out to be an activist. I came out so that people knew whenever I'm gone what the reason was. But I survived it. I survived it.